Hi guys, Pete from plasmacutter.co.nz. Just a little video on the P80 Panasonic Plasma Cutting Torch. Hi guys, P80 Panasonic Plasma Cutting Torch. I don't know if I had a little torch actually. I happen to have one here, and I'll pull it to bits and we'll have a look at it, eh? Here's one here. I've just got out of the a new one here out of the box. Just a generic plasma cutter torch. Chinese of course, but they're a good torch up to 100 amp with a pilot arc. So they're not an HF start, they're a pilot arc start. So I've taken the screws out of it so I don't bore you pulling the screws out of the thing. It's not a bad little torch. It's got the swirly thing on the end. You put your hose in there and you put your wiring out through here and put your hose on there. I just normally wrap a bit of tape around it, depends how fussy you are. It's got a nice switch there. Just a standard on-off switch, good quality switch. That's all you need. And so remember when you're putting those switches in there, just to clip it in the little space. It has a little notch in here where it clips in, and make sure it's clipped into the handle here. And then it's just your standard torch head. This here is where your pilot arc wire goes, your earth wire, normally the green wire on your plasma machine. And your ear goes in here from your compressor, well, from your plasma cutter machine, but to your compressor obviously. It's all pretty standard. And we've got a standard ceramic here. You can get these with a white or pink. I don't think the colour makes any difference. And cutting tip and the cutting electrode. Now these don't actually have a swirl ring in them, it does it itself. It's inbuilt here into the head that swirls the air around, gives a bit of a vortex on your ear and gives you the power for cutting. And this is your tip here. Now it's just the standard screw in here. But what these tips are is they come in different sizes, and it goes on how thick you want to cut really. The electrode here are all standard, but the tips you can get 4 different sizes. You can get 1.1 millimeter, you can get 1.3, 1.5 and 1.7, and that cuts all the way up to 50 millimeters. It just depends how the higher you go up in hole, the higher you'll cut. So it just depends what sort of plate or steel you're cutting. I normally do mine about 20-25 millimeters, so I normally go to 1.3 or 1.5, and that's just the hole that's in the end of this. It's either bigger or a smaller hole. Yeah, so I'll just screw that back in there, guys. It's all pretty basic, but it's a nice torch. I like the torch. Like I say, it's up to 100 amp. They call it a Panasonic P80, but I have used them up to 100 amp. And they're a nice generic replacement torch, and they're not really expensive, so if you run over it with the bloody car or you back over it with the tractor, it doesn't really matter. You can just replace it. You know, your whole machine's not buggered, you know. So we'll just clip it together and just go like that until it locates. Put your screws back in there, and Bob's your wombat. It's all good. So that is the P80 Panasonic torch, guys. Hope you learned something. If you need to buy any consumables for this torch, my link to my website is on the bottom, and I'll put some other links there too for torches and consumables. Thank you guys. Thanks guys, hope you enjoyed it. See you next time, catch you later.